How to get clients for a consulting business. So this one is fabulous and easy, and it's amazing how many of you could be consultants with your skill sets. You just haven't thought about monetizing what you have. So let's talk about 3 things in this video. How just a simple online pipeline will give you leads every week. And you say, well, that's a lead, that's not a sale. Well, then create a sales system. So how do you generate from marketing a lead, make it a client through a sales process? And then how do you amplify that and go from 1 client and have that 1 client create 5 clients? So this compounding effect of having a consulting business done right can create millions and millions of dollars. And I've helped many, many people do it, done it for myself. And again, it doesn't have to be my industry. So many people think, well, have you ever worked in the engineering space or the legal space as a consultant or accounting or whatever it is that you do, AI, marketing? It's all agency driven. It's all consulting driven. The main thing I would say before I dive into some bonus facts and statistics, that most consultants are about showing you what you have as a problem. They're not creating the result. Some of the greatest and wealthiest consultants, they actually create the result. So they have a team that they put around you. They actually create the marketing result. They don't tell you how to do it and then you try to stumble around and figure it out. They actually do the work. So the more you do for the client, the more you'll be able to charge. It's sort of an obvious statement, but a lot of you do not have a funnel and you don't have a revenue stream yet. So I want you to build a complete menu of what are you going to do from the beginning. And if you don't have a book, which you don't have to get a big book like this, a lot of people think they got to go for the New York Times or, an Amazon bestseller is good enough. And honestly, you could do a book 30, 40, 50 pages. It's just a brochure to show people what you're doing as a consultant, whether you're doing leadership consulting, whether you're doing transitional consulting. A lot of people are doing transition from military into being an entrepreneur or even military just into civilian life. There's so many ways you could be a consultant. It's exciting. You can do it and you can make 6, 7 figures very quickly. The main thing you have to know about your consulting is what is the problem you're solving? Who is your ideal client profile, your ICP? Who is the person who's going to be your ICP? So for us, right, what is my goal in my mentoring, coaching, consulting is to make you a millionaire or make you a multimillionaire. And our big defining work is to keep your taxes as low as possible. So I made up a tax trifecta. So how you make money, into what company, how you activate the greatest deductions and the greatest tax code in the US. So I have a lot of international clients who come here, set a US company so they can activate the tax code of deductions, so they can make it and then spend it. And then the big one is how you invest it. And so many people that are busy business owners, they just park all their money into the stock market. And what does that create? Capital gains. So now you got another tax problem. So I know who my client profile is because I'm going to lead with, let me help you reduce your taxes and then create a legacy and create a structure for you and your family's financial and business life. So that's mine. What's yours? You need to know what that client is. You need to know where they spend time and join any of their memberships or associations so you get access into their industry and network. So you have to, in the beginning, nail your offer. So what is the thing, the problem you're going to be solving? So I had a consultant. We actually hired him one time. It was really funny. And he came in and we paid him quite a bit of money. And his whole consulting gig was, I'm going to tell you 100 things you could do to fix your company. And partway through, I'm thinking, I don't need to pay anybody to tell me 100 things wrong with my company. Our current team could sit down in less than an hour and identify probably 300 things we could get better and better and better. Especially if you're high, excellent performers, you always want more. You want to have it better. You want to have it more efficient. You want to have, a bigger result with less effort. So you want to be the person who's going to be the solver of the problems. Marketing is a big one, engineering, project management. There's so many places. So what's the problem you're solving? And you want to nail that offer. And the first offer needs to be some sort of a report, a quiz, something to really help them identify what is their problem. So then you can come with a very specific solution. Because just throw out solutions for problems that you aren't clear about is really a waste of time. So if you go to integratedwealthsystems.com, for example, you're going to take a quiz. And from that quiz, we're going to put you into 4 different financial profiles. And so those are 4 different personalities that you could have. So you could be stunted in cash flow. You could be overpaying taxes. So you're going to find yourself by taking that quiz and just take it as an example of what you need to be doing to start isolating your clients. And then from those, we put them into 4 different profiles. From those profiles, we continue to educate them. We continue to move them what we call through our funnel. We want them to have a client experience. And at some point, they're going to get on the phone and we're going to upsell right? So you're going to take the client into a true consulting sales process where you're going to sell them something for $2,500, $5,000, or some consultants will have, say, a $10,000 a month. So you're going to sell a $120,000 contract. You're not going to do $10,000 a month. You're going to do a $120,000 contract, which then locks them into the contract to have to pay you. So many of you'll get your first $10,000 a month and get excited, but then if the expectation of the client isn't there on the other side, they're going to stop paying you your $10,000 a month. So lock them into a contract. Stay in a high customer service orientation, making sure you're meeting their needs, meeting their KPIs, their key performance indicators. You want to build a pipeline. So I'm a huge fan of a database. Whenever I start anything, and I haven't talked about this yet in this training, you want to have your consulting business in an LLC, an S Corp, or a C Corp, and those are United States kinds of companies. With that, you're not staying a sole proprietor. There's always liability in consulting or mentoring or coaching or telling people what they could or should be doing. So make sure you put yourself into a company, get a database. If you're really serious, you want to do it the way we're doing it, and we've been doing this database process for about 20 years, go to Ask, ASK, RMS stands for Rapid Marketing Systems. It's how we market. It's how we generate thousands and thousands of leads a month. You are just getting started. If you generated 100 new leads, people interested in your consulting, and you only sold 10, you're probably going to be buried. So you're going to need to start then getting some scalability. And here's the news. A lot of you are going to want to do the work of the consulting, not do the marketing and not do the sales. I was that person for a really long time. And I'll tell you, when you turn your focus and you start generating the lead through marketing and generating the sales process, that's where the money is. And yes, you have to have excellent fulfillment, but you can go to your current clients and those that have been before, and which is what we do. Our coaches were our prior clients, and they've actually lived through this work, became successful in the work. Now they want to coach it. So your consultants inside of your system will be typically clients from your past that were successful. And if you're new and you say, well, I don't have any, then give some great deals and get 5, 10 clients that have that maybe as an agenda on the other side. Again, we can worry about that scalability later. I need you in revenue now. And if you say, well, I'm going to have to get scalable really quick, I can't take 10 clients, then say you're going to go get 10 and then stagger their start dates so you don't bury yourself, because this cash flow is a huge problem pattern to get out of, right? Because you're going to market, sell, and then go fulfill. Market, sell, go fulfill. It's an exhausting pattern. So you want to build the organization as if you aren't going to do any of the work eventually. That's my big 7, 8-figure tip for all of you. Build it like you're not going to do a thing. You're going to own the company. It's so challenging for you because you're like, but I have to do everything and nobody can do it better than me. Well, we're going to have to do a little therapy about that. So before we do therapy or anything else, I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you here 5 days a week. Click that notification button. And when that actually comes in and rings, it's like, hello, we're here. Listen to the video. In fact, to really make sure that you're getting the learning from my entire channel, I want you to grab a journal. It's in the show notes. And while you grab the journal, make sure you fill it out every day. Buy one for the holidays for your family, your friends. Throughout the year, give them out. And I'm going to give you the Millionaire Maker version 2. Just came out in April of 2025. Make sure you read it. Do a gap analysis. Where are you? What do you want? How can we help you as you move into 2026? Be the best you and the best financial you ever done. So once you've done the gap analysis, you're going to submit it. One of our team members is going to call. You're going to have a one-on-one appointment, and we're going to see what we can do to help you in consulting business. It's so easy to get these up and get them very quickly. I've had doctors go from being full doctors, 1.2 million in employment income, to having a telemed business that's making 10, 15, 20,000 a month. And there are so many ranges that you can do that in right now. It's exciting. It's an exciting time to be in business. Last few facts, you want to multiply each win. So as you bring in clients, like I said, how do you take one client and get 5, get 4 referrals from every client as many times as you can? You could give them incentives. You could give them a gift card. I've had people, we've given like Starbucks gift cards, or you could just give a Visa card or MasterCard card, whatever you want to do. But give some incentive for people to continue to refer you to business. Now, if you'd love us to help you, I would love to help you. It's one of my favorite kind of businesses to get set up, and we can help you all the way from marketing, the sales process, to getting the revenue, and then getting this business structure so you're not getting killed in taxes. Your kids work for the company. Can you see that I love to do this? So if you're serious, I'm serious. If you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL. Ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.